Hi, welcome to Tips on Teens. My name is Kent Toussaint, licensed marriage and family therapist, coming to you live on Facebook from Teen Therapy Center in Woodland Hills, California, where we answer your parenting questions every Wednesday at noon. Today's question is, here we go. My 12-year-old son refused to go to summer camp this year, and now he complains that he is bored all the time. We put restrictions on video games, but that's all he wants to do. How do I help him enjoy his summer when he says that he wants something to do, but refuses everything? This is a very common problem for many of my clients right now that I work with. It's pretty common. So he's refused to go to camp. You want him to go to camp. You thought he'd have a great time. He'd play sports, do arts and crafts, be in nature, meet new friends. But yet he doesn't want to do any of that. All he wants to do is do this, right? So, first of all, why doesn't he want to go to camp? A few different reasons, I'm guessing. This is just my speculation, just generalizing here. A couple reasons is he's scared. A lot of kids are scared to go to camp because they're scared of that new environment. What if I'm not accepted? What if no one likes me? What if I don't have fun? It's out of their comfort zone. They've never experienced it. A lot of kids are really having a tough time with stepping out into new environments, into trying new things, because they're scared that they can't control it. Because you can't control new things. You have to be able to adapt to new things. Video games, you don't have to adapt. You can always control. So they stay home. And they don't want to go hang out, and they don't want to experience new things, and it's a problem. And we need our kids to experience new things. And you may say, well, all right, if you're not going to go to camp, hang out with your friends. They say, well, I am trying to hang out with my friends online. That's my friends are on Minecraft or Call of Duty or wherever that is. And then there's another problem, because that's not really engaging. That's playing a video game while laughing at your friends, but it's not really a face-to-face connection, communication. It's not really dealing with stuff. So you may say, well, go hang out with your friends. I say, but that's not what they're doing. No one wants to do anything but play video games, which is not true. Because every client of mine who I talked to about this, I asked them, if your friends asked you to hang out, would you go? And they said, absolutely, but I'm not initiating it. And so a lot of kids don't have the experience of initiating social contact. And I think it's something we need to help nurture with our children. And a big part of it is the fear of rejection. For example, story about me. When I was about 5 years old, we had just moved to the San Fernando Valley, and our next door neighbors, Mike and Todd, were brothers who were about my age, and we would hang out a lot in the summer because we moved during the summer. Well, one day I walked over to Mike and Todd's house, knocked on the door, said, hey, can Mike and Todd play? And they're like, we're busy, we're doing something else. I was devastated. Oh my gosh, they don't want to play with me. I ran all the way home crying. Told my parents, my mom helped me, Mike and Todd's parents helped me, kind of helped me realize they didn't hate me, they were doing something else. And it was one of my first memories of feeling rejected, but not because I'm a bad person, but because they were doing something else, and it wasn't the end of the world. They were still my friends. We hung out for years and years after that. They were my friends. But what I want to say, why I'm bringing this up, is it's important that we have those experiences of reaching out into new situations and finding out that someone else can't hang out with us, and we can survive that. That's okay. We can go to summer camp and survive someone not liking us there or not being best friends with someone there. We can survive these things, and it's important for our kids to engage with this stuff. And if your kid's at home, because it's probably too late to get him in camp, he may need help in engaging with his friends. You may need to get that parent's phone number, say, hey, my son wants to hang out with your son, how to make that work? Because maybe that mom is saying, yeah, it'd be great to get my kid off the computer, let's do this. And so your kid may feel uncomfortable with that because they've never done it. They are so afraid that it's somehow going to lead to them being judged, criticized, and we have to help our kids kind of break through that. So help your kids connect with other friends. Because no more than likely, when they're saying, I'm bored, they want some kind of human connection. And you say, I'm available, I'll hang out with my kid. Make sure that if you are, try to do something that your kid's interested in. It doesn't have to be a video game. I know you're right now, you're thinking, my kid only wants to play video games. It doesn't have to be a video game. Let me teach you how to play poker. Let's take the dog for a walk. Let's make a cake. Let's go on a hike. Anything. And even when your kid says no, keep offering. There's an American writer and philosopher named Robert Pirsig. He wrote the Art of Zen Motorcycle Maintenance. And one of his quotes is, boredom often precedes a great sense of creativity. I'm kind of paraphrasing that. I can't remember exactly how it is, but basically boredom precedes creativity. And we have to also let our kids be bored. It's okay for them to be bored, even though they're uncomfortable and they're unhappy. Boredom is okay. Boredom is a good skill to learn because we're all bored at some time. There are times when we don't have our devices to keep us company, and we need to be able to withstand that and find new ways to adapt. And when we always have a screen in our hand, we don't learn to adapt. So hopefully this helps. Hopefully this experience will help your son realize next year maybe camp's a better idea. And you may want to get him involved early next year in the planning of, hey, what are things you'd like to do? Would you like a coding camp where you go and learn how to code, computers? That may be an option as well. Find something that is up his alley. What are his interests? Just because you think it'd be a fun camp doesn't necessarily mean he thinks it's a fun camp. So that's our question for the day. Again, there's a lot of different avenues we can go down this road, but we only have a short time to talk about it. If you have questions you'd like us to answer here on Tips on Teens every Wednesday at 12, email us at tipsonteens@teentherapycenter.com or just direct message us right here on Facebook. And we'd love to hear from you. And I'll see you next Wednesday at 12 o'clock. Bye-bye.